These are a lot like the UFOs, which is, it's just quality, having that support, having that much attention and detail put into the footbed. Like, to me, that's an indication of like a real quality slide. Good day to you all. Forgive this massive box. What we're gonna look at next is the Hoka Ora Luxe. I had ordered these off of Zappos when I had ordered the Big Chungus, the Mega Crush clog. And we just did the Mega Crush clog, so we're gonna go ahead and bang out these Hoka Oras. I've been looking at these lately and they retail for $80, and I never really wanted to spend $80 on them. So they've got a couple, I think 3 different colorways that are on sale on the Zappos website for like around $50. And when I picked up those Mega Crush, they had them on sale for like $35, it's like 55% off or something. So even though I don't really like this color, I figured for $35 and they retail for $80, I should grab them. So we did. And here they are in this terrible color. But we will get a very inexpensive look at them. So let me pull them out of the package. I've got them pulled up on the Zappos website. I believe this is a current model that Hoka is still supporting. So I don't think these are too hard to find. But like I mentioned, they've got a few, like 3 different color options on Zappos for sale, but they're not the super sale like I paid on these for $35. These are dirty. Little booger on them. I think they're on sale for $55 right now, which still isn't terrible, but it's not the $35 that I paid for these. So, all right, let me read what I have. The Ora Luxe, the Hoka Ora Luxe unisex. This is the Impala / Vibrant Orange color, and they retail for $80. They are currently $59.96, 25% off. So I don't know what crazy sale I managed to grab, but I think I only paid $35 for them. They also have a green and like a blue. Neither of those are on sale though. I remember seeing other color options though too, so. All right, anyways. Product information. An elevated take on the classic Ora slide. The Ora Luxe makes its debut this season, delivering the same post-run relief as the original icon. Designed to tread lighter with a sugarcane EVA midsole, we've enlisted an adjustable area-preen strap that combines foam and mesh to deliver one ultralight recovery slide. Best for recovery and comfort. If comfort is your priority, get the Hoka 11 Ora Luxe sandals and experience comfort throughout the day. Textile upper and lining, synthetic insole, area-preen canopy, and plush cushioning for cloud-like stepping. Adjustable hook and loop straps for a snug fit, open toe silhouette, injection molded foam outsole with high traction, imported, and then they've got some measurements. Weight is 7 ounces. All right, I think that is everything. That is everything. They've got a whole bunch of, see now here's another listing too where they've got different color options. So, and those are on sale too. So if you're interested in these, just kind of browse around on the Zappos website and you'll find a couple different listings for them with a few different color options. So, all right, let's take a look at them in hand. I want to peel this strap or this tag off first. So I downsized in these. I went with an 11. I had tried on, I don't know if that's going to focus. There it is. I had tried on the Hoka Ora Recovery 3 at a local Dick's and they ran big. So the 11 fit my foot pretty well. And I've actually got the Hoka Ora 2, the Hoka Ora 112. I gotten these and I don't remember what size I got these. These were in a 12 and these were big. These were kind of loose fitting on my foot. So we went down with the Luxe. I don't really wear these, the 112s, just because they fit sloppy on my foot. They have a really nice footbed to them though. I think that's Hoka's strongest selling point is the ergonomic design of their footbed. It's pretty phenomenal, and they're pretty known for their rocker effect too with walking. They tend to have a bit of a curve to the front of them, which creates a bit of a rocking effect as you walk. So it's kind of unique to Hoka, and one of their like signature components, you could say, that people will reference, like other slides and sandals. When they've got a rocking effect, they'll reference them to Hoka's. Like, yeah, it's like Hoka. So I'm not a huge fan of this colorway, but it was only $35. So for an $80 slide, I figured we would get them and just do the review. And then who knows, they might be amazing. I might want to keep them for that price point too. If anything, we might keep them just for a point of reference. So, all right, it looks like we've got a few different layers here. There's a pretty soft EVA midsole, and I believe the outsole is also EVA, but it's a little firmer. This might be what the sugarcane is, because I've noticed in previous slides that are made out of sugarcane, they tend to be a little firmer. So that might be where the sugarcane is. I'm just speculating though. And then we've got our, I don't remember the phrase that they use for this upper. It's mesh and then like aeroprene or something like that, but it looks like it's half EVA. So we can see that this side of the strap is still connected with this EVA. It's still all one piece. And it kind of curves up for our two straps here. And then we've got the Velcro, the AKA hook and loop underneath there. And then on the other side is our aeroprene mesh, whatever they called it. So that's probably pretty nice on the top of your foot. And it looks like there's some kind of like openings there. So there's like that foam embedded within the mesh, but there's little cuts out of that foam, almost like a camo pattern, which probably allows it to breathe a little bit better. And then there's our other side of the hook and loop, the hooks to the hook and loop. And then it looks like it is fastened with a piece of that feels synthetic, like a rubber, like a synthetic leather or something. It's stitched into, which is then stitched into the EVA footbed. Let's get a look on the inside of that. See how well it's done. That's interesting. Look how crude that cut is right here. It's very crudely cut there, but it's hidden. So it's kind of a non-issue. You don't really see it, but just worth noting the quality control there. The rest of it looks good though, but whoever's making that cut, they probably figured they could get away with it being a little crudely done since it's not really seen, but we see it. All right, let's get a better look at the footbed while we have it open. Hang on, let me get my white light over here a little more to help balance the yellow light. I notice when we get slides that are a little warmer in color, it tends to offset the white balance. It'll turn really yellow on me. So very nice footbed to it. The ergonomic support looks pretty quality. It's looks like it's a stronger like on the inside of the arch. It looks a little higher on the inside of the foot arch there, but then it still goes across. We still have some more support over here too. There's a little bit of a heel cup. It's not a straight plateau back from the arch. It kind of dips back down a little bit, and we've got some rises around the heel there, so it creates a nice little cup for your heel. And it's depressed there just a little bit to kind of hold onto the heel, I imagine. And then it looks like it dips back down in front of the arch support. So we've got a little bit of a dip here for the ball of the foot. And then we've got our toe groove here, and then it curves back up again at the end for the toes. So kind of a nice looking footbed. I kind of like this this wave pattern texture on the bottom too. It probably feels pretty good barefoot, and it's not overly aggressive. I kind of like when they do lines as opposed to like little bumps. Sometimes the bumps can be a little aggressive, but these have definitely been purchased and returned probably a few different occasions. I'm just seeing little pieces of stuff here and there on them, so which is fine. It's part of the game, and I'm sure it becomes more prominent when you get into like the heavily discounted stuff. It probably gets purchased and returned on multiple occasions, but and then I didn't really look at the tread pattern on the outsole. We got our lines again, kind of diagonal lines. So that looks nice. I like this this curve here with the lines going above and below the Hoka emblem here. That's just kind of a nice like flow, kind of a organic flow to it. Very sporty looking. So, I mean, these aren't terrible. I don't know. I think it's the combination of the colors that isn't really jiving with me. Maybe if this orange wasn't so dark, like if it was a lighter orange, that it didn't stand out too much from this peach color, like if it kind of receded visually more so with the peach and didn't pop out so much, they'd look a little bit better. Because this isn't too bad here, like this peach and blue combo, that's kind of a complementary color combination. Same thing with the blue and this orange up here, but I think it's just the value separation between this orange and this peach color that is not very visually pleasing. Because I don't mind the pink, it's very subtle. It doesn't pop out too much. I didn't even know these pink tabs were on this until I like saw them in hand. But we've got that wave pattern too, I just noticed. And the strap that's on the footbed, and it's also on the canvas part of the hook and the loop. And then there's a little bit of a kind of a star pattern, sun ray type line work on the side. We've got a little bit of a lip here too on the back of it. It kind of matches the lip on the front. So I like the design of these visually. Just this color is kind of blah, but they were only 35, so hey. All right, let's throw them on foot because we're already 12 minutes in. All right, I've been trying to spend more time with the Rejuvenate slides on foot, and they're starting to warm up to me a little more. I feel like they're starting to kind of contour to my foot a little bit. The arch support, it doesn't feel so alien and aggressive. Like it's starting to, my foot's starting to kind of mold into them a little bit, and they soften up the more that you have them on foot. I know I was a little critical of them at first, just how firm the foam is on these, but the more I wear them, the more I'm starting to like them. So let's slide in here to these Luxe. So I've kind of, as soon as I came across the Luxe, I was interested in them because my main complaint with the Hoka Ora 11s is the strap never fit very well. Like in the Recovery 2s or the 112s, the strap was so loose on them, and even when I tried the 3s in store, like the strap still didn't fit too well. So I like that they offered a Luxe that has an adjustable strap. So initial slide in, the 11s are good. So I would say if you're on a half size, I think going down is the good direction to go. Had I gone up, they probably would have been a little too big. I still would have been able to cinch them down with the straps, but I would have had too much space in them, I think, with the toes. Where this is perfect, where I still have a good amount of buffer room to where if I stub my toe, I'm not going to be scraping skin. But they're not too big. So let's tighten down the other ones. I like this balance too they have to where like half of the strap is EVA and the other half is this mesh. Like that's kind of a cool design. That way it's not like entirely mesh, you know? So it still looks like, I like having the EVA on top because it looks more integrated. Like the strap is better integrated into the slide and it's not just this superimposed component to it. I think if it was entirely mesh or this I forget what they call the other stuff, but if it was entirely constructed of that, I think it would look a lot more superimposed, to where since it's still like half EVA, like it's well integrated. So these are actually pretty comfortable, just sliding in on foot. The footbed is fantastic on these. Like it's fitting the shape of my foot very well. If anything, it's the ergos of the footbed on these is more pronounced than the shape of my foot. So I've got like some additional support to where it's like it's supporting my arch a little bit more than needed, which isn't a terrible thing, because I'm sure I'll be able to like sink down into them over time, but it's very noticeably supportive to where it like feels really good. And then I like how it dips back down a little bit in the heel for that little heel cup. It just, it feels like it's really nestling, like my foot's really nestling into it. And then same thing with the ball of the foot that kind of nestles in a little bit. Just that arch is very supportive. And then even though it curves up a little bit at the toes, you can see just putting my normal pressure, my normal body weight down to it, it kind of lays a little more flat. So I'm sure that aspect will flatten out the more we walk in them. So initial slide-in impressions, these are very comfortable. I might have to get over the orange Velcro, because I don't mind the peach and I don't mind the blue. It's just that orange Velcro. It's kind of killing me. But hey, the price point, man, for $35 for an $80 pair of Hokas, that's not bad. That's not bad. These are pretty comfy. All right, let's get a little walking. Get a little walking in them. So these are very lightweight. Extremely lightweight, especially coming from those Mega Crush. Those things are like a pound on your foot. So these are super light. I can't even really notice. I mean, I feel them on my feet, but it doesn't feel like I really have much material underfoot. Just how lightweight these are. So the foam is kind of they're not hard. They are a little more on the firmer end of the spectrum. Hokas tend to go a little firmer than soft. I think that's for the ergos, so that they retain their ergo support. Because when you get too soft with an EVA, they tend to compress beyond the shape of the support. So Hokas tend to be a little firmer as far as that goes. Merrell tends to do that too. They often have a little more pronounced support with the footbed, and it tends to be a little firmer of a foam. So that's just something I noticed from the brands that tend to have a little more support. So it is in that spectrum, the little harder of an EVA, a little firmer of an EVA, but in turn they have a little more support. They kind of have that podiatrist thumbprint with the arch. I kind of referenced that with those Skechers that I just reviewed, the arch fit. Those apparently have all of this research, this podiatrist research, and they scanned all of these like weight-free footprints or something like that. I don't remember how they described it, but all this research went into those for a very very amazing arch in them. And these Hokas are within that realm of like a well-designed footbed to them. So if you like slides and shoes that have a very well-designed, very supported footbed to them, then I think you'll really like these. So I like that mesh layer too, because I'm not getting any heat trapped between the slide and my foot. That is one of my criticisms of the Recovery, the Rejuvenate slides, is I get some heat trapped between the strap and my foot just with them being solid. Not as much with the 12s as I do with the 11s, because those are a little tighter on the strap. The 12s I still have some breathing room, but I think that's a really nice design element of these, since we've got this this layer of mesh that we're getting some good breathability there. So these are pretty well designed. These are pretty good. Let's get some down low footage. So I don't know how good the aesthetics are on these. They're not terrible looking. I think the other colorways look a little bit better, which I'm sure that's why these were only $35 at one point. It's just the probably one of the least popular color options. When I was looking at these previously, there was a couple different color variations that I was kind of looking at, but you know, sometimes you just got to jump on the sales and ignore the rest. So I would totally sport these regardless. And I think I'm probably going to keep these just because they're super comfortable. These are kind of giving me a like an OOFOS footbed feel to them, just how supportive they are. OOFOS are a lot more soft and you really kind of like sink into the OOFOS, where these are a little firmer, but just in terms of the like the podiatrist type of footbed to them, these are a lot like the OOFOS, which is, it's just quality, having that support, having that much attention and detail put into the footbed. Like, to me, that's an indication of like a real quality slide. So these are pretty good. These are pretty good. I'm pretty impressed. I don't know if they're, well, they're probably worth the $80 retail. That's just a lot for a slide. So whenever they get into that price point, it always seems like it's a lot, because it is for a slide. But I think what they offer, they can kind of get away with that price point. So I don't know if like that extra $40 would be worth it, just getting them in a different colorway, you know? I think I'll just tolerate the ugly aesthetics of this color option and just kind of keep them for the cheap price point, you know? I don't see it being worth returning these and then just getting a different color. Like, now that I know that I like them and I want them, like, I'll probably just keep this color and just go with it. I don't care. My nephews will tease me, but that's fine. They'll tease me regardless. So these are pretty good. These are pretty good. These get the thumbs up recommendation. If you're looking at them, I would recommend them. I think these are really quality. The width is pretty standard on them. They don't seem like they're really wide though, so if you have a wider foot, you might want to go up in size. Of course, you're going to have some more length on the end. So I would say these run a little large in terms of the length of them, because I still have some toe space. Like, these would be, like if these were Adidas, these would be like 12s. But since they're Hokas, they're an 11. So they run a little long, but the width is standard, I would say. So if you got really wide feet and you're looking at these, you might want to go up. But then again too, with having the adjustable strap, you might be okay with going down though still. Because whenever you get that strap adjustability, then you can kind of get away with going kind of true to size with them, you know. So just something to point out. But yeah, I like these. I think these are good. Good job, Hoka. High five. Pat on the back. Tip of the hat. All right, some quick barefoot footage. I almost forgot to take a sock off. So they feel pretty good barefoot. I like that texture. Those lines, those kind of those curvilinear lines on the footbed, it feels pretty nice on my skin. It's not overly aggressive, but it's not just a smooth, flat footbed, which is good. So if your feet get sweaty, you've got some grooves for like the sweat to go into or something, and it's not gonna get like too slippery. It's too slippery, maybe. So that strap feels very soft too on the top of my foot. I like that mesh. I like how they have that layer in between the EVA, so it adds a little more cushion to the top of the foot. And I'm not getting any weird, awkward pressure at the front of the strap, you know, because this is coming up very nicely, and there's a nice, nice like rounded edge to this fabric, to where it feels comfortable on the foot when I rock forward. So this strap is very well designed. I like that mesh layer. So these feel pretty good. They've got a little tackiness, just that's inevitable with your skin in the EVA. But they feel good barefoot. So no complaints there. All right, the Hoka Ora Luxe. I don't know if I got that in the right order. But the ones with the adjustable strap, these are pretty good. I recommend them. I think that these are stronger than your standard Hoka Ora. Just having the adjustability with the strap, that's one of my main complaints with the other Hokas, is the strap tends to run a little large, just the way my foot is. So being able to kind of cinch these down and adjust them accordingly is really nice. Also the fact that it has that mesh layer to the strap is really nice too, because it allows for good breathability. So these will probably be a really good, oh, let me take a sock off real quick before we wrap this up. I'll splice in this footage in the middle so it's not like tagged on at the end. All right, I did the barefoot section, so I don't remember where I was at with the outro, but these are good. I like them, I recommend them. High five, Hoka. Get them if you can get them on sale, because these are pricey. $80 is a bit much for a slide. But I think with what they're offering, between the quality ergos, that mesh layer to the strap, the adjustable components to the strap, the hook and loop, these are pretty premium slides, I would say. So maybe they are worth the $80 price point, but like with anything, if you can get them on sale, that's always the better route to go. So I mentioned I got them on Zappos. They've got a couple different listings for these. So if you come across one listing, keep looking. There's a second one that has different colors. And depending on the color that you click on, they have different sale prices for the different colorways. So just kind of browse a little bit, and you might be able to find one that's listed for like a good price, that has a good sale going on with it. And if it isn't, maybe just check back periodically. Because like I said, I paid $35 for these like a couple weeks ago, and they still have them on sale, but it's for $55 now. So the sales tend to fluctuate, it seems, on Zappos. So just kind of maybe wait a little bit if they're not on sale at the moment. So, but all right, let's wrap this up. This video is already getting long, so thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment below on your thoughts and opinions with the Hoka Ora Luxe. I think that's what it is. So, all right, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care. Cheers.